All right, all right, all right. Hey, Quentin. So, day two of this madness. I think I don't need to touch Samus anymore, but definitely the background. I want to start. I was thinking of as a way of figuring out the complexity of the scene, um, to do like light blocking with ink ish. So it's like digital ink type. So just to kind of get the depth correct, and then I can maybe. I was thinking more of the background, so there's a good rhythm in the image, because that's gonna have to translate into shadows at some point, and it could help with understanding the three dimensionality of the background. I'm thinking maybe we'll see. Hey, Tilstrand. Good morning. So what I'm gonna try to do today is the background, just kind of setting stuff up. I think I'll switch off the white bullets. They're a bit distracting and not well placed. Uh, and I think I'll just kind of block the background in a little bit, get some cool rhythm in there, and then maybe try to start defining the exploding pirates. Um, because for me, they're kind of lacking a little bit of engagement in the picture. So I want to try to tackle that today. Anyways, so without any further ado, I'm gonna start my 30 minutes. Okay, there we go. Let's do it. Okay, so blocking in the background, I think is what I'm gonna have to do. So let's lower the opacity so I can go full blast without having to worry too much about going too dark. So I think we should definitely have some lines. Probably needs to be curved, right? Because it's crazy perspective. Should probably have lines like going that way as well, right? Hey the Hero John, good morning. Welcome. Hey Larib, Jacob Mobley. How's everyone doing? I was happy to see that there's a lot of interest in the 2 week challenge this time. I think topic wise it's something that everyone can relate to because it's in a way very personal. Do your favorite hero or character from a movie or a game. That everyone has that, right? So I'm glad to see that there's a lot of interest. Should probably have some sort of details to help sell the illusion of the depth, right? Thank you very much, the Hero John, for the streaming. Du får vänta, Hugo. Du kan fortsätta städa. Okej, då får du vänta. I got him a new game. One of those free-to-play games, but like Minecraft, but adventure game. And he really wants to play it. And I told him, all right, you can have some extra gaming time because he has like an hour or two every day. It's summer vacation and whatnot. And I said, you can play more if you clean your room. So he's been cleaning his room like a crazy guy. And now he came with he had written a sign saying it's done. But I told him you have to wait. Which is funny. Hey Nefas, you're back. Glad to see you back again. Hello, good sirs. Okay. I think the background kind of works. It does what it needs to do ish. I think with line art on top, I think it'll be good. So let's just do some smaller kind of suggested lines. It feels like I should almost start doing the actual line art. It's starting to be a little bit messy, right? That did not help. But the only problem is like I want to have these guys sketched out a little bit more. And I want the blast. I think the blast is going to be here, probably maybe bigger, so it rivals the blast circle of the gun, and we could have like a what's it called, a black hole almost, like pushing all the things out of the frame. We could have them even though, you know, it has to make sure it looks like it's towards us, but like everything just is instantly destroyed by the blast, just is being eaten. Should have lots of these space pirate monsters like coming at Samus. Hey Novio. The Hero John, but for the Contra games, you know, it's all about, like I added that note about add your own twist to it, you know. So whatever you think that your twist should be, just a character illustration or a scene illustration, or I mean, I opted to do a line art illustration. Like I wanted the scene to paint. I mean, I could have also just settled with designing the character, you know, making that a nice picture. Hey Novio. Well, the Hero John, I think you can just do whatever feels right. You know, remember what Contra is. It's like running in the jungle, right, with robots. That's about it. You could add lots of flavor to it. I mean, is it a jungle scene? I mean, what you did, the Hero John, is that you made like an epic vista, right? You have like huge buildings, you have huge machines, and all these things. And I think it might be a little bit too much for you. So I would recommend you reconsider your choice, not of theme but of picture, and then dial that back significantly. So it's a lot tighter crop, a lot less objects, you know, make it into chunks that you could easily deal with. Right? The worst is if you're thinking epic but your skill set isn't there yet, and then it's just going to be a bad picture. So I mean, doing something more intimate, like you know, just one character, is still a huge challenge, right? So don't feel like just because it's one character, it's going to be a simple challenge. It's going to be hard enough to make it right. and correct without mistakes, right? And then, but you chose to have like 2, 3 characters, 2, 3 huge boss monsters, a city vista, and mood and perspective, and you know it's a huge ask. All right, I think I think the picture. Oh, I love it this way, and it's like the wrong hand. People gonna complain about it. I know it. Anyways, let's do one more test with warp to see what kind of mood we can extract. Maybe have the foot go out of the frame because dynamics. How about like that? Then we undo. It's falling back a little bit. Now it's more engagement, right? And then we could increase the size there. I think maybe too much. I will try to force that back a bit. Okay, so that's the original tweaks. Is it a little bit weird that it's so up in the corner of the picture? Well, I think that's better, right? Maybe I'm being too careful with the crop. Hmm. No, I think that's okay. Yeah, that's better. The wrong hand is part of the redesign. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you should, Chilstran. You do it. I mean, it's open for everything. If you want to do 3D as well or whatever, it's just a little bit of a fun challenge to push ourselves to do something every month, right? Um, to just not do studies. It's about applying knowledge, and of course you do studies and all that, but you also have to use the knowledge somehow. And easiest way to do that is while having fun and being challenged by the technical aspect of it. So I think it's a good challenge to do. All right, Novio. Let's have it. Let's have her like being pushed back by the... Right, that's cool. That's a good idea. Hey, Georg, welcome. Gag 6. Yeah, that's nice one. Cheers for that. You're always full of surprises. All right, so I think with all that effects, it's gonna be good. Right, so I'm gonna jump the gun. Not yet. One last thing. I need to scale that one down a bit so it has more contrast. All right, I think it's time we start doing line art. What do you guys think? Let's start with Samus. I think we're a good enough state. So question is, we check resolution now. So this is 100 with monsters. Yeah, I mean it would be good enough. We would get enough fidelity in there. So what we have 9 pixel brush. All right, let's, as a mental note, right, 9 pixels, so that I know that when I do come back to this drawing, I still have the setting on resolution, brush resolution. So what I'm going to try to do most likely is I think, as I have 2 weeks, I think what I'll do now is zoom out a bit and do a first line pass and not be too careful about it, just kind of having a little bit clearer understanding of where everything is, and see doing approximate proportions of the aliens and so on, so that I can look and decide if I need to change anything. Is it everything still okay, so I don't jump straight into final line art, because the first sketch was quite, it's obviously very, very sketchy, and there's a lot of things that I don't know yet if they will work or not, right? So I think what I'll do is just do a cleaner, slightly faster sketch. Hugo, nej, snälla. It's amazing that he's out of my office for the whole day, except when I do my 30-minute stream. Then he needs to come here. Fascinating. So that's, I think that's my first plan, is to just kind of do a rough quicker line art, just to see the placement of everything. I think that's step 1, right? I mean, the thing with 2-week challenge is not, you know, it doesn't mean you have to spend two weeks on it. Your deadline is 2 weeks, and if you just want to spend half an hour sketch every day, 8 hours a day every day, you know, you can do that as well. It's not like you have to spend exactly 2 weeks on it. It's up to you, right? The idea is that so you have a challenge of drawing something these 2 weeks. take it if you want to. After the 2 weeks, I will give you my thoughts on what you've done, do paint overs. So if you've just done a sketch, you know, the amount of feedback is going to be to that extent. If you try to do an illustration, obviously it warrants more effort on my end to give you feedback, you know, because you put some proper effort in, and so on. But it's for you to have something to draw, and if you draw something as a community, I think it's more fun to see what everyone comes up with, and I try to pick open enough topics so that you can make it your own, right? So not everyone draws the same thing and makes it boring for the people drawing it, right? So let's have Samus pop out like a rocket launcher rail from the gun here. And have that, because she does have rocket launcher in Super Metroid, and she has the blaster. Let's have a blaster ball orb thing, and have another one maybe. That's cool, the Hero John. Art Station. Hey, Captain Jetlag, good morning. But like I said, Gaxix, you can do a sketch or full-blown illustration. Either way, you know, it's just about applying knowledge. Hey, Tushroom, you're back. Glad to have you back. Okay, so what I'm doing now is just the first sketch pass. From the rough out, I'm just kind of trying to see with some just rough lines where I am at with the sketch, what the scene looks like, and more in somewhat detail. try to solve, right? Like one thing I know is going to be weird is the curvature of the ground. Like how to make that feel correct. So I think overall I'm so far so good, I'd say. It's a fun little sketch. Kind of tried to place everything and put everything into context now. I think that's usually when a sketch comes to life a little bit more than just rough compositional blocking. And I really want to try to draw with line art a cool effect of the blast, right? I really want to make it feel like it's pushing everything and just kind of compressing data. The closer to the ring things come, like a black hole. So we can see like a part of an alien being pushed by the sphere, like it's super powerful. And obviously I want debris flying to indicate the blast wave, right? So that we get both impact and a reaction, right? And that's one of the 12 animation principles, is that you should never do mid-action, you should do anticipation or result. Like when you're showing someone hitting, never do at the moment of impact. You should always do before or after, so that the motion is more dynamic. Novi art, I will usually go through all of them, one after the other, on these extra streams. That after the 2 weeks, usually they end up around 3 hours. I sit and talk about them and do paint overs. But if there are like 50 of them, I won't do. But if they're 10 and under or 15, I usually go through them all. ABMO art, thanks for the follow. Shout out. Hey, Kolska. Glad that you could make it. Right, so this guy over here, I was thinking, the space pirates in Samus world, they're kind of like crickets, right? Space crickets. So that, I think that will be a cool little thing to play with. That they're organic versus mech, as Samus is mech, right? She has a power suit on. So these are like space pirates attacking. Exactly, Quentin. Exactly. So here's a space pirate. Okay, I think that pose is pretty cool. Here we'll have one tumbling over, right? So here's the arm, like that. They should have guns, right? Or should they be predatory? I mean, they're space pirates. They should have guns. Or should they? I think so. Here's one space pirate being blasted. Oh yeah, someone said yesterday that needs to be thrown into the wall. Let's have one being smashed into the wall. Let's have some panels overlapping the body, right? And have like an arm and things flying in cubes, not cubes, plates. Okay. That's something about that looks stupid now. Looks wrong. Okay. Let's hide him more inside the wall. Okay, that's good enough. Let's have some overlap of that ring. Some destruction. Maybe they could have weapons, actually. They should have weapons. Standing, shooting, while there's an explosion going off behind him. Good night there, Hero John. Glad you could join us for this little time. Thank you very much, Kolska. I've been trying this yesterday. I started sketching it out, and it's I wanted a dynamic angle. So if you go back to yesterday's stream, you'll hear me ranting about this sketch and how to push the perspective and so on. The steps I'd taken. So let's have a hand there flying. Let's have some more creatures being pushed into the ground from the explosion. Destruction. Should also actually have smoke, right? Because it's an explosion and not a plasma blast. So let's have some smoke in the scene. Hugo, sluta. I think I will have to put like some aid for the camera, things in shadow and so on, to help the line movement of the scene go towards there. But the time is up and I need to stop sketching. But that being said, let's have a alien being smashed up into the wall as well. I think we're onto something. I think after this sketch now, I'm quite confident that I could do a second detail pass, a redraw of all the line art, and not doing some major mistakes. I think I was troubleshooting enough now for me to figure out where to take it, what to do to make it that much better. And we're onto something. I think here I need to have another guy standing and shooting in front of the explosion. There's another guy standing, leaning, shooting. Yeah, all right. On her, yeah, I mean, if I switch on the effects layer later, there will be some additional things, you know, like bullet trails and all these things. So that's, I've got to keep in mind that as well. But definitely some exhaust in the elbow. I think that's a valid thing to just make it a little bit more cooler. All right, thanks everyone for joining in. Have a fantastic day. Good night. See you all tomorrow at the same time. Join in on the Discord if you guys want to hang out. This lovely little community of people. Follow if you haven't clicked follow, because, you know, statistics, good for me. Have a fantastic day. Good night. And blah, 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 outro. Bye.